What's up, people? This is Alsmillions. Just want to talk to you today about a few things that's important. A lot of times we get caught up in designs and special cuts, but the basics, the things that we need to know, we're not doing. Now, this is my son. You may not recognize him, but he's been in college for a few months, and so he's been getting them haircuts from the guys in the dorm, and look what happened to his neck. See, this is what happens to your neck when you don't get a good barber to cut your neck. And of course, being my son, it kind of upset me because this is not the way he left here. But we gotta fix it. We gotta remedy it. And the first thing about it is we don't want to keep this line. You see this line right here goes away from the main line. The line that he even cut and left a scar. The new line is over that line. So instead of him trying to hide that line, he went over the line to expose it, which is, doesn't make sense. But today we're gonna try to fix it a little bit and give you some ideas on how to let this heal. Once we get it down, we want to go ahead and put shea butter or cocoa butter to begin the healing process to bring the color back. So we're just gonna go ahead right now and taper this down. This is the OA. We're gonna bring this down low enough so we can taper it out. Very important as barbers that you look at these types of things, because this will kill your clientele. I don't care how good you cut. You can be the best barber in the shop, but if you cutting people's necks up and leaving scars, you're not going to have customers. So look at this. All that's scarring. That's not necessary, but that's what happens when barbers have their clippers adjusted too sharp. The clippers that you use in the front of your head to line up, you don't use the same clipper. You have another clipper for the back of the neck. That's a little bit more easier on the back of the neck. So you guys got all these zero gap liners that are zero gap, very sharp, and then you take that same liner and you bring it back here in the back of the neck, you're gonna scar the customer up every single time. And if you do that, you can't ask yourself why the customer didn't come back. He's just not gonna come back. Okay, so we went ahead, we took this out. Now we're gonna put a 1.5 on it. We're gonna take all that down. You know, a lot of times we think that if we cut good and cut sharp and cut this and that way, that we're gonna get a large clientele. But a lot of it's just the basics, just common sense. All right. So now I told my son, don't go back to this barber no more. So what does that mean? This barber has lost a client. Unless my son not gonna listen to me. But if he listens to me, this barber has lost a client, because this barber doesn't care about the client. If you care about the client, you don't care about whether he's gonna look nice and sharp for the first 10, 15, 20 minutes or for one day. Because after that day's over, all of a sudden now he breaks out, scars up, and he just has a problem. You know, how you meet girls, how your girl kiss on your neck and the back of your neck all scarred up. You ain't saying nothing about that. But that's the bottom line. That's what it comes down to. You gotta take care of yourself. The barbers won't, you must take care of yourself as a customer. Okay, that was a 1A. Now we're going to go down to a 1, a little bit under a 1. We'll work this bottom line out. We'll put it up to a 1. And we're going to comb down on it. Now, as you can see, the scars are still there. But now what's going to happen is we're going to line it up over the scar. So about another 2 days or so, that'll begin to cover up the scar and he can have a regular faded line. His neck has no business coming in like that. It should just come down straight. You know, if you want to round it off, you gotta make sure that his clippers is not gonna leave a scar. You know, and that's the basic problem. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut all this down, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna show you the finished product. Trying to just do some fine tuning here. Continue to remove this line. One thing I want to say to you also, and I think we said before, but light-skinned brothers always mark easier because of the amount of melanin in the skin. The skin is very, very sensitive. So you must be mindful of that. A lot of things that a darker skinned person can handle, a lighter skinned person cannot handle. So if you're a barber, you need to know if a light-skinned guy sitting in your chair, you need to go ahead and get a lighter clipper that's adjusted for maybe for little boys in the back. I have clippers for little boys, just for little boys only, and for women. Suggested just for them. So maybe you need to use that clipper on someone that has a lighter skin color in the back. You know, you need to be very careful, or she will never be able to build a strong clientele. All right, so for the most part, we worked that line out. Now we want to go ahead now and line them up in the back. I want to show you how we want to do it. As you can see, what we mentioned earlier, where his line should be. His line should be right, coming straight down. And so of course the hair will cover, if it was done right, the hair will cover that. Now even this clipper is almost too sensitive for him, but it won't mark him like that. And plus I'm not cutting that hard, pressing that hard, so that gives him some leeway. So when this goes in, that hair will cover up that line. That's what you want. Now for these marks at the bottom of the neck, you're going to put shea butter, use our bump killer, and that will help clear up that scarring. See, this right here is scarring here, and that's going to turn into a rash from the sweat, dirt, the collar of the shirt. He's rubbing it, it's getting hot now, so he don't need that. And that's going to turn into an ugly scar if he don't address it. You know, I'm not trying to, tell you guys, I guess I am trying to tell you, but I'm not trying to, make it bad for you guys. I want you to understand, if you're trying to build a clientele, you can't do stupid stuff. And this is stupid. This is stupid. This right here is on the line of being stupid. You cannot cut your clients up and expect them to come back and sit in your chair again. And then get mad to me, what did I do wrong? You know what you did wrong. And if my son go back to that dormitory and let this brother cut his neck again, I'm gonna put him in a headlock. You got your neck all scarred up. That's not even straight. These if you're gonna scar it up. It used to be a straight scar. Not even a straight scar. But that's life, we all learn. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and line them up, finish them up, come back in a minute. Okay, as you can see, we finished it up. He got tape in the back, but you can see what happened from before. And that's what happens. But in 2 days, 3 days from now, all this will fill in with hair, and that will cover that line, camouflage it so it can heal. But this is why it's so important that you guys look out for yourself. The barber don't care about you, you must care about you. And this is the finished cut, and he'll come back again, I guess, whatever, and hopefully this will heal over good. You won't have that problem. People, take care of yourselves. Talk to you soon.